Hello and welcome to the Superintendents Perspective. I'm Lisa Ayala with Edinburg CISD Public Relations, and I'm joined by Dr. Mario Salinas, Superintendent of Schools, and Assistant Superintendent of Support Services, Dr. Anthony Garza. And today we will continue our talk about facilities and the different construction projects that we have going on throughout the district. So, Dr. Garza, can you lead us off and kind of recap a little bit about what we talked about last week?
Yeah, so thank you for having me on the show, Dr. Salinas. Lisa, we spoke last week about a lot of the ongoing projects that we have either completed or under construction or under design. And some of the main ones that we talked about were the collegiate high school that we're getting ready to break ground on, a $26 million project with the university.
Yeah, we're hoping to break ground on that. I'm hoping first week of December or maybe the second week of December.
That's great.
To break ground on that facility.
That is going to be a historical event when we do that. It's our first big partnership with UTRGV, so we're looking forward to it. We spoke about our CTE center. That's Armina Lozano's new home. It's going to house a lot of our CTE classes. It's a 100,000 square foot facility, and it should be ready for next school year.
Also state of the art.
And then this is for students that want to study trades, like diesel mechanics, welding, construction, EMT,
Right.
Pre-nursing, etc.
High quality, high demand jobs.
High demand jobs for some of the, many students don't go to college,
Right.
not because they're not smart enough or intelligent enough to go to college. Most of these students can go to college if they want to, but they prefer to work with their hands. They prefer to go straight to the workforce.
Sure.
To help their families, or because that's what they want to do. They want to work with their hands. They want to be their own bosses. We feel that we need to have high quality choices for those students that don't want to go to college.
That's right. And this is going to be a prime example of that. State of the art facility.
State of the art
Amazing.
facility, 100,000 square foot facility, and we're hoping to get them done hopefully by March, spring break of this year.
That'll be great.
Yeah. The final part of our recap from last week was we just completed our 4 artificial turfs, one at each high school, Economidas, Edinburg North, Edinburg High, and Robert Bella. So they each have an artificial turf, all weather. They're sharing it with the band, the football team, soccer, middle school. So those are already completed, and we just finished football season on it, and we are looking forward to having those around for a long time.
Yes.
Yes, we're wrapping up the season. Even though we do have our high school teams in the playoffs, the Edinburg Bobcats, they play Thursday night.
Yes.
The Robert Bella Sabercats, they play
Friday.
Thursday night.
Friday night.
Friday or
I think it's Friday. Vela playing
Yeah, they're on
at
Friday.
on
West
Friday,
Lagos.
and then Edinburg North plays on Friday as well.
Yes.
All of them in the playoffs, but it's wrapping up. And while talking about the stadium, we are going to be installing new lights at the stadium, and the bids came in this week, for the lights at the stadium, and they came in within the budget. The lights at Brewster, we talked about the lights at Brewster as well, that they haven't had lights ever. Those bids came in also under budget.
Yeah.
And then we're finalizing the video scoreboard, the Jumbotron as well.
Yeah.
And we're looking at that project also to be within budget. So we want to get to it right away so that we have our lights and our fields ready by the time we're done with school this year.
Can I just say how nice the turf looks? I mean, when we got there, they were conditioning it. And Dr. Salinas, we were walking on it, but they were conditioning it with these machines. I'm not sure what they're called, but whatever it was, the gentleman on there was on a tractor, and he was telling us about it. It was just so cool.
He said they condition the field twice a week.
Twice a week.
And after games.
Yes, sir.
It looked beautiful. Very nice.
Instead of cutting it, like for real turf, real grass, they were conditioning it
Yeah.
for artificial turf.
Right. No, it's very cool.
Beautiful fields.
Yes.
So that's a brief recap of what we talked about last week.
Right.
Now, some of the new projects for this week that we'll talk about, we'll start with, we have our HVAC projects underway using ESSER funds, and this is probably our most expensive project. This is at a cost of $60 million.
Wow.
And we've hired project managers, engineers, contractors. Currently we're looking at 15 of our schools getting complete upgrades on their HVAC systems. And
Air conditioning systems.
we're
Right.
talking heating, ventilation, and air conditioning.
Got it.
Now, we mentioned this is a $60 million project, right? And many schools in the district are going to get their air conditioning and their heating redone. But you add the dollars of the other projects, and we're probably up to $130 million worth of projects. Now, most of the people that the district employs to complete these projects are local. They're local
Right.
businesses, small businesses in the area, and that they those small businesses employing people, the employees. They're mostly from Edinburg or the surrounding areas. They say that for every dollar that cycles through the economy, from us paying the contractors going to the bank to cash it and to cash their dollars and to spend it in the local economy. For every dollar that goes through the cycle, you get like $6 in return.
Terrific.
And one last thing on the HVAC systems that we're upgrading is these systems were selected based on the age and condition
Right.
of their system. Some of them have newer air conditions, they don't need a new one. But some of them are older or hadn't been upgraded in years. And they made a priority list, they assessed them all, and that's how we based which ones we're working on, just so you know.
Awesome. And that includes central office, I'm sure.
Not
Oh, no,
this
it doesn't
one.
even-
Not this one. These are
Okay.
strictly
These are
schools.
strictly
We're
campuses.
concentrating on
Got it.
the schools because the children are there.
Of course.
Yeah.
Right. Awesome. Okay. And also after the portable buildings, you all have just purchased portable buildings as well and are furnishing that and construction. I guess that's under construction?
Yes, from last year to this year, the district has purchased 10 portable buildings. Actually, the 10 were purchased this year.
No, last year we purchased 6.
Yeah, these are 10 additional portables.
Okay.
7 of them have been placed at schools already. And 3 of them we're going to house at maintenance and operation for the next available that needs more portables. And we're having to buy more portables because our enrollment is up, right?
Yeah.
Dr. Salinas, the kids keep on coming, the families keep entrusting us with their children, and rightfully so. We offer great programs. And therefore, we needed to get portable buildings. Some of our schools are very large enrollment. So.
Well, that's-
Yes, and a portable building is a temporary. It's like a building with 2 rooms, and they're really nice. I went into Trevino Elementary. I went to
Ramirez
Elementary School yesterday, and we installed 2 portable buildings, which equates to 4 classrooms, and they're nice. They're not better than brick and mortar, but they're nice.
Sure.
Yeah, these 7 portable buildings are double wide, 2 rooms each. So the 7 portables is 14 classrooms. So it gives relief to these schools that are out of rooms. Of
course.
And so we got these portables to help.
Right,
get
the
them.
families show up to the campus, and we don't want to turn them away. We find room for them somewhere,
Yeah.
and then we've ordered these portables, anticipating more students that come into our school. So you go to Ramirez, you got 700 students there. We don't want to turn them away,
Of course.
especially if they live in the zone. But we'll put temporary portables there to accommodate the influx of students.
Another project that's underway are tennis court lighting. We've got some tennis courts that don't have any lights, and some have lights for 1 court. But some of these tournaments, they go into the evening on a Saturday evening or so, and they're in the dark. So we're lighting up all 4 high schools, 4 courts each. We're not lighting up the whole thing,
Sure.
but 4 courts because they play during the day. But at the end, when it gets nighttime, the finals, semifinals, they're going to be in LED lit courts.
And we also lighting up some of the courts, like at Bio Garza, South Middle School, Barrientos, Harwell, so that people in the community, if they want to go at night and do tennis to stay healthy, we want to give our community that opportunity for those that want to play tennis.
Oh, that's terrific. So that
You know,
works out well for
We
everyone.
spread them out
Yes.
throughout our community so that they don't have to go too far to play tennis. If they want to play tennis, many people play tennis
Yes.
as adults.
Another project that was completed was the JROTC obstacle courses at Economies High School and Edinburgh High School. And right now, these are the pride of the valley because they're the
Yes.
only ones in the valley. Before these projects,
They're really nice.
They are.
our kids had to go to San Antonio to go compete in obstacle course challenges. And now I believe we're hosting one at EHS, or we just hosted a meet for JRTCs to come over to our house. So we're enjoying it.
The commanders that are in charge of the program say that these obstacle courses are better than anything there is in South Texas.
Yes.
You know, they've really done a good job with them.
We've seen them in action. We've seen the kids out there actually on the obstacle course, and it's impressive. It's really neat. So that I can see why they are so pleased, because they've done a phenomenal job.
And we have one of these at Edinburg High and another one at Economidas. The reason we don't have them at Bella or North High School is because
those are landlocked at
they're
those
landlocked.
two schools. Economidas and Edinburgh High have a lot more land out there around their school.
We don't have enough land to put these facilities at Bella or at North.
Wow. So do they go to Econ and EHS to practice then?
Yes,
in that case?
they're available for Vela to go over to EHS. Edinburgh North can go over to Economidas.
Great.
Yes. I'd like to finish talking about school buses a little bit.
Yes.
That's one of the areas that I oversee. And last year, we put in an order for 20 school buses. And that was at a $2.5 million price tag. We've received 11 so far. We haven't received all of them. And that's due to the parts and supply shortages that are still happening across the globe. And this year, we just put in an order for 7 more school buses. About $1 million price tag, inflation, the price is a little bit higher. But we're excited to get these buses in. When these buses get in, I spoke to Al Barbosa, our transportation director. These school buses are given to the highest seniority next bus driver in line. So if this bus driver's been there 15, 20 years, that one's next, and then the 19-year and so forth. Each of these school buses gets equipped with new radios, camera systems, and GPS trackers, right? We need to know where our buses are at all times. And we get them ready, and we get them out there. So
well, they're state of the art too. I mean, they're awful.
They come with cameras, equipped with cameras and so on.
Wow.
Yeah. And we operate roughly 170 routes, with 30 of those being special needs routes, 140 regular routes. And so with that many buses out there, we need to continue to recycle buses every year. We have to.
And we don't have a ton of vacancies either. I spoke to Mr. Barbosa this morning as well.
Bus driver vacancies, we have around 13 or something like that.
He said it's between 9 and 13, I believe, and usually it's a little more, but we're doing pretty well, he said, at this point. So that's terrific.
Yes.
Well, we've got a lot more going on. As you mentioned, we've got playoffs coming up, and so at this point next week we'll have some news on that. But that's this week's show, and on facilities and construction, we'll have a lot more for you next week as well. And as always, we'd like to thank you for joining us on this week's Superintendent's Perspective. And of course, stay healthy and stay safe.